Do you need to live with a significant other prior to getting married to help guarantee the security of a relationship? I got this question so much prior to getting married because my now husband and I famously amongst our friends did not live together, even really in the same city before our wedding, except for right when we first started dating, which was like 5 years before that. Yeah, we did a lot of long distance. Mapo tofu. So yeah, while my dinner's heating up, here are some thoughts on that now that I'm officially living with a man. Of course, now this is truly just my perspective and my lived experience because of course we're all so wonderfully, uniquely different. So consider these more like observations than anything else. The TLDR is, what, 3 months into marriage? Things are swell, can report back good things, which is actually a huge growth if you followed me while I was crashing out because I was so afraid of committing and how it would negatively impact me in my career as a woman. I do think a big backbone of why the transition to living together wasn't that crazy was because of those many years of long distance. When we saw each other, it was for a pretty extended period of time, and we were very much immersed in each other's lifestyles and spaces. So I very much already knew that Sean was way neater than me, that I wake up earlier and go to bed later, all of those sorts of things. And with those differences in mind, leading up to marriage, we did have some really explicit conversations about the aspects of our lifestyles that we were willing to negotiate on, and also things that we were worried about involuntarily losing, which I think just really helped level set expectations of what it might be like to finally live together after so many years. And we got really into the nitty gritty, like how long it was acceptable for someone to not turn off their alarm in the morning if they're the one waking up earlier without being rude, or like how we would decide to split up chores. And obviously a lot ended up adjusting when we actually started living together and seeing what was practical. But I'm really glad because opening up the conversations early took a lot of guesswork out and also just made it not taboo. If you had a little bone to pick with someone's lifestyle, it was like, yeah, this is an open conversation and we should be clear about these things. Obviously there's a lot more to living together in married life than just who does which chore and what your daily routine is like. But given that daily lifestyle and personal preferences were one of the things that I think I got the most warnings about when it comes to marrying and bringing your lives together and having to share one space, I thought I would just report back to y'all because obviously it seems like there is a lot of fear around the idea of marrying someone prior to living together, which very legitimately so. I totally understand that. But with all the ups and downs, and I'm sure challenges that will come up over time, I am happy to report that I do think that living with Sean makes me a better, neater, more organized, more thoughtful person. I eat more protein now, but I still do have a little girl dinner like I'm currently having tonight whenever he's not here.